Welcome to the next tutorial of class 11 history. We were studying the chapter the three orders. So in continuation of that, we'll study about the third order, that is the peasants. There were two categories of peasants, free and unfree. So free peasants had their own land holdings and unfree peasants were called serfs. Now the literal meaning of the word serfs is to serve. So these were like bonded laborers. That is, they were supposed to be serving their lords and had to render military service as well. So free peasants had their own farms, and the peasant families used to live on the farms of the lords, where they had to work and give their labor services like digging ditches, gathering firewood, building fences, or pressing oil seeds. The tax that the lord used to take from them was called the tail. So serfs, they cultivated plots of land, and these plots of land belonged exclusively to the lord. And serfs had to take permission from their lords for every little thing that they did. That is, even to grind the wheat, they had to go to the lord's field and the mill. And there was so much of interference of the lord in their personal life as well. For example, if a serf wanted to marry somebody of his choice, so he had to take the permission of the lord whether to marry or not. In England, we have two major groups, the Angles and the Saxons. And we see that under William I, the 180 Norman nobles migrated to a place where they settled, and that came to be known as England. There were certain factors that were affecting the social and economic relations. If we talk about the environment, then from the 5th to the 8th centuries, we see that the whole of Europe, it was covered with vast forests, and the land that was available for agriculture was limited. Europe was undergoing an intensely cold climatic spell. That means the growing period or the growing season for the crops was much limited. But gradually there were now new technologies coming in, and we find that the people who were suffering because of malnutrition and lack of food resources could now find that because of the new agricultural technology, their standard of living was becoming better. So now, instead of the wooden plows, we see the use of iron-tipped plows and mold boards. These were the two major things that the farmers used to benefit from while plowing their lands. Then there were windmills and power mills that were set up. Then there were also changes in the land use. Rotation of land started being used. And with these improvements, we see that more and more food crops and also fodder was available for the animals. Now, the very important question was that there are three orders. Number one, clergy. Number two were the lords, the kings, and number three were the common people, the farmers. Whether there was a fourth order or not, because we find that people started migrating to towns to settle there, and people started getting free from the control of their lords, and they went to cities and the towns. So where would you place these people? And by the 11th century, we see a lot of changes coming in. So in the next tutorial, we'll study about the cathedral towns, the crisis of the 14th century, and the social and political changes that were coming in Europe. And in our next tutorial, we'll try and wind up this chapter, the three orders. For any further queries, you can post it in the comment box. And if you've not yet subscribed my channel, please do so and press the like button. Thank you.